All right, everybody. It is about 20 after 9 p.m. It is Friday, May 29th, and it is less than 24 hours before my big relocation to the Finger Lakes. And I needed to take a break and eat my feelings. So I am sitting at Stewart's. Now, Stewart's is big in the Albany area. You know, it's a Stewart's on every corner. Stewart's has everything. So it's like, oh, if you need firewood or you need gas, you want ice cream, you go to Stewart's, right? It's like the place. You know, it's known for its coffee, its ice cream, and milk products and all that other shit. They don't have them in the Finger Lakes. They have Burn Dairy, not Stewart's. Burn Dairy is pretty awesome. I will say that. I like the Burn Dairy. They have good sandwiches. Anyway, not the point. So I'm sitting here in the parking lot with a big ass pint of chocolate chip cookie dough because I needed to eat my feelings. Okay? I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. The little monkey wrenches that got thrown in the mix and the last minute changes were a little stressful. I've had one meltdown so far, so that's pretty good. I haven't like completely broke with all of this. I've just trusted the process that everything would be provided, that God would provide, that everything I needed would come forth so that I could make this possible. And so far, everything really is going smooth in essence, right? If there's been a little bit of a change in plans, there's always been something or somebody that has been able to step up and help out and make this process a lot easier. A couple of change of plans with the official move for tomorrow, but it's all good. It is all good because this is happening. I've spent my entire day cleaning and packing, doing the things, and now I'm on my way out just to grab a master lock for my storage unit and some more packing tape because I ran out. And then I think my ass is going to call it a night because tomorrow I'm going to get up early and get the rest of the stuff ready to go before I go pick up the U-Haul and the tow dolly and all the things so that I can load up and get on the road and head out to the Finger Lakes. And holy shit, guys, this is really happening. And here's the thing. The Finger Lakes area is only about 3.5 hours away from where I live now. It's not like I'm moving across the country. I'm not moving to fucking Singapore. But I've lived in this area my whole life. My whole life is here. I mean, my roommate was just saying to me the other day, I mean, we went out, we were walking a bike path. I ran into someone I know. We went to lunch, ran into someone I know. And she's just like, everywhere I go, everywhere we go together, you run into someone who knows you. You know everybody. And that's really the case. Like, I've always been social. And, you know, with my involvement with, you know, just in the community, with whether I'm volunteering, whether it was Alcoholics Anonymous because I'm a recovering alcoholic, whether it's been just being, you know, working. You know, I've always had more than one job. I've always worked with people. So I've just always built relationships with people as I've gone along. So it's very interesting when everywhere I go around here, I typically always run into someone I know. But that's also because I'm the kind of person that wherever I go, I always go out of my way to start conversations and make friends because I love people and communication and connection. And so, but I've also gotten to this point of going when my weekends out in Canandaigua area, Newark, I've made a lot of friends and I've met a lot of people. So I still kind of have that dynamic there where it's, if I go somewhere, I typically make a new friend. So I always see someone I know. I'm very fortunate in the fact that I've had this time to be able to make those connections, and I've been able to build a foundation there so that I'm not going there knowing absolutely nobody and not knowing what to expect. It's going to be awesome. And I cannot wait to dive back in to my purpose and my mission with serving women, with guiding women through their healing, to bring my programs and my workshops to the Canandaigua and the Finger Lakes area, and to be able to really guide women through their healing journeys and help them really remove their blockages so that they can step up to their highest potential, so that they can create the life that they want to create and live the life that they want to live. Creating the life that you want for yourself is not always easy. It does come with sacrifice, and sometimes it does come with having to move to new areas and make massive life changes, right? But it all comes in time, so that when those times when it does happen, you're ready for it, and it's not as overwhelming and it's not as scary, because you know that it's right. And the thing is, throughout this process, I'll tell you a little story about what happened yesterday that kind of caused my mini meltdown. I had arrangements set up for help with getting my U-Haul and my belongings out to the Finger Lakes. And I was going to, so that I could drive my car and all the things. And unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, those plans had to change. And I was left trying to figure out how I was going to get this U-Haul and my car out to where I'm moving. And I was at work dealing with, a dumpster fire at work. And I was very overwhelmed. And I just started to cry. And it takes a lot to get me to cry. I'm not always a crier. And I started to cry, and it took me a few minutes to get it together. And I just was trying to think, what do I need to do? So it's get a tow dolly. So what happened with the tow dolly situation, this is really how God in the universe works for me. I already knew how much it was going to cost additional to have the tow dolly, because I originally had it on my reservation, and I took it off under the understanding that I was going to have, some help. Again, life happens, things happen, and I totally understand that. So, it was not something it was an unforeseen circumstance. We'll leave it at that. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, I guess I'm just going to have to get the tow dolly. And then all of a sudden I look at my phone, and I got a text from U-Haul that there are people out in the Newark area where I'm moving that are in need of this equipment. So if I was willing to tow a dolly or a trailer on the back of my U-Haul out there, it would be free of charge, and they would also accommodate me with extra mileage, an extra day, and possibly compensation. So I was like, holy crap. So I called U-Haul back, and I was like, this does include the dolly? And they said yes. And I'm like, so if I take, let me just clarify this, because I was just in total shock. I'm like, I need a dolly. And I'm like, so this is no cost to me? They're like, no cost to you. So they gave me the dolly for free, an extra day, 150 extra miles. And also, I reserved a 20-foot U-Haul. And they ended up giving me they didn't have a 20-footer. So they gave me 26-foot for the same price as the 20. So now I have a bigger U-Haul for the same price as the smaller size, an extra day, a tow dolly for free, and extra miles. I don't think I'm going to go over 350 miles. So realistically, this is how God and universe works. And all I had to do was just lean into my faith, even though I was a ball of anxiety and just dealing with a mass amount of stress all at once. I just was like, saying a Hail Mary, God provide. And he provided. And I feel like when something is meant for you, when you are supposed to be doing exactly what it is you're doing, it's going to work out without you having to put a lot of effort into that. It's just going to work out somehow, some way. And it's going to be in massive ways or small ways. And in this process, everything has lined up perfectly. And it's been very smooth. I mean, I really didn't have to do a lot to find a job, because where the office that took me on and has hired me is within the same company that I've been working for since November. So I get to stay with the company and I just get to transfer. Everything stays the same. I just get to a new office with new coworkers and a new boss. That's it. Same company. It was that simple. I needed a place to live. I got that. A friend of mine opened up her home to let me come stay while I get myself situated there and find some place, because it is hard to find an apartment on the weekends out there, because people don't show apartments on weekends. So it's like anytime I was trying to set up to go view an apartment, it would already get rented by the middle of the week, because whoever first come, first serve. So I wouldn't be able to either set up anything, or I wouldn't have the opportunity to even look at the apartments. So that was starting to get a little stressful. And my friend Rachel, she's, bringing me into her home with her family. And, I stay with her on the weekends, and her kids and I have, I basically have become part of the family. I've become part of the family. I mean, I'm getting close with her parents now. Her brother Davis is like my brother. Like, it's wonderful to be able to have that dynamic. So I'm very blessed. And then on top of that, just the other people in my life out there who have really just helped make this transition just by showing me love and support, and the things that they would do to help make this possible. My friend Linda, who helped me out, who's introduced me to so many people, she brought me into her store. She let me, for a while I was staying at her place on the weekends, and, she really got me connected with a lot of these people. She helped me out a lot in that area too. I cannot wait to be able to spend more time with her. And just so many other people, the people that I've known for a while out there with my business, and the other people that I'm so excited to finally be able to collaborate with. It's just like, it's all fallen into place, like in an even straight line. And all I've had to really do is just lean into my faith, suit up and show up. That's it. Suit up, show up, and, do my part. And so I have no doubt in my mind that this is the right move. Everything about this feels right. And I can remember back in 2018, I was about to move to Colorado. I had the job. I accepted a position at a surgeon's office. Funny, I'm actually going to be working for an oral surgeon out when I move. So it's like kind of cool. It looks like surgery is the thing. But I had a job at an oral surgeon's office in Colorado. I had put the deposit down on an apartment. I had a start date. I had a move-in date. I was set to go, but nothing about it felt right. Everything about it felt wrong, and it created so much anxiety that I knew that it wasn't the right move. So I backed out and decided to stay in this area, and I'm really glad that I did. I'm glad that I stayed in this area and had the experiences that I've had. The friendships and the experiences and adventures I had with my friends, and even my marriage, even though it didn't work out, that was a big part of what shaped me. My marriage was my biggest lesson, my biggest teacher. And I will, like I said, it didn't work out, and it's unfortunate, and it's, it is what it is, but I guess my ice cream is melting. I guess what I mean to say is that I'm grateful that I had that time. I'm grateful I had that experience, because I believe that all of it is what led me to where I'm going now, this next chapter. And sometimes we have to go through heartache and pain to be able to step into where we're supposed to be. You know, healing can be gut-wrenching, hard, and not easy, and I will admit that, but there's a lot of growth. And when we grow, we become open and ready for new doors to open. And I'm kind of losing my train of thought because I am tired. But I am done with my ice cream. And it is dripping everywhere. So I am going to go and get myself a master lock, some packing tape, and go home and call it a night, because tomorrow's going to be a pretty long day and I need to be rested for it. So that's where I'm at. That's my jam. That's what's going on. That's the deal. So stay blessed. Love you all, and I will keep you all updated on what's to come.